What's up guys, Johnny here again bringing you a throwback deck tech. This time it's for probably one of the weakest sets in Weiss. Mainly because the set has 27 cards and one promo. And that set is Canaan. So let's get into it. So starting it off, we got 003k vanillas. You always know how good a deck is by the number of vanillas it has. It's just 003k. No demerit, really strong. Next, probably one of the most important cards in the deck is his level 0 assist. It's 500 power and it's 500 front. And you can pay 1, rest it, and give all your opponent's characters the ability that they count as all the colors while on the field. That's important later on. Next, pretty kind of okay beater. It's a 0035. When it comes into play, you have to rest one of your standing characters. So if she's the only one, she does have to rest herself, which kind of sucks, but you know, it's a 3-5 beater. Next is this level 0 support. It's 2000 power and you can rest it to give one of your characters 1000 power. So since the set doesn't have a level 2 or higher assist, and this is basically the only assist, she kind of serves as to give your characters another boost. Next, the best brainstorm ever, 2 of these Marias. It's pay 1, rest her, brainstorm for every climax, give a character a soul. I don't know why it's rest, but I mean, at least they have a brainstorm. And lastly, for 0, I have this other Maria. She's a bond for this 1/1 Canaan. And you can pay 1, rest her to give one of your sweets character a soul. And Canaan is basically sweets because Maria is camera and twins. So that's 3, 5, 8, 12, 16 level 0s. Moving on to level 1. Level 1 is kind of weird. I'll explain why here in a little bit. First off, I have 4 of these 1/1 Canaans. She's 1155, so really strong. And beginning of Encore phase, if she's rested, you can pay 1 and take this level 2 from your level zone, swap them, and put the level 2 in rested onto the field. So yeah, basically if you want to get the change off, you have to kind of level with this level 2. And this is where it gets weird for level 1. Because I also run 4 of these 1045 Alfred and Canaan. If another copy of it is in the level zone, it gets 1/5, so it becomes 106k, which is pretty decent actually. And then climax combo with the gate on attack, pay 1, salvage a character. So pretty decent level 1. The only problem is if this is in your level zone, you really can't get this change off. And say if the level 2 is in the level zone, then this is only 4/5. So basically how I play the deck is based on what my hand looks like going into level 1, I choose what to level with. If I have, say, this in clock already and like 2 of these and a gate, I'll level with this. Or if I don't have this at all and I have the level 2 in clock and then the 1/1, I'll level with this. But there's another card in here that kind of helps work around that, and it's this 105k. On play, you can pay 1 and swap one of your cards in your level zone with a card in your waiting room. So you can be cheeky and like have the 2/1 in there. And then actually if you use this combo, you can potentially get out the 3/2 at level 1, but I'll go into that on how I play the deck later. It's only ever happened once, but it was pretty cool when it happened. Next I have 3 of these 1045 PRs. When it attacks, all your characters get 500. It's honestly in here just because it's a 1/0 with pretty okay power. I use okay very loosely because this is another option for 1/0s. It's a 102k, and on play you can discard 1 card to search your deck for a card with Canaan in the name. So you can get this, the level 2, the level 3, the promo. So it's a pretty good searcher. It helps ditch climaxes too if you have too many in your hand. And then lastly, I have two of these 1-1, 1-5. It's a 1-5 backup, but if you use the backup and it's your battling character is red, it gets another 1,000, so it's like a 1-1-2-5 backup, which is pretty okay if you're trying to protect these, but honestly it's just in here because it's the only backup. So that's 4, 10, 14, 18 level 1s. That's kind of high for level 1s because level 2 is only 4 cards. And like I said before, this one can come out early with the 1-1. Its first ability is if this level 1 is in your level zone, it gets 1-5 power, so it becomes like 2-1-8-5, so vanilla power. But at level 1, that can kind of be hard for your opponent to get over, maybe. And the second ability is kind of like the 1-1. Beginning of Encore, if it's rested, you can pay 2, send it to level zone, and swap it with the level 3 in your level zone. So I guess ideally for level 1 you want to level with this, change, and then level 2 level with this, so that you can change again. If your opponent doesn't destroy your field, which they probably will, and the change really isn't worth it, but it's pretty gimmicky and fun. And then for level 3s, there's only one level 3 in the set, and it's 3-2-8-5, so yeah, look at that power creep. If it is facing a green or red, it gets plus 2,000 power. If it comes into play from hand or change, you can heal 1. And if it's facing a blue or yellow, she gets, on reverse, send a card to the top of the deck. So this is why that level 0 was important, because if you use this and you activate its ability, you're potentially all 3 of your opponent's characters in front row, and I guess back row too, are all 4 colors, so she gets both her effects. So it's an interesting gimmick, and it's very flavorful. That's why I like to call this deck Taste the Rainbow, because yeah, of this card. And then for climaxes, I have 4 wins. They don't combo with anything in the deck, they're just wins, because most likely your opponent's characters are probably going to be bigger than everything in your deck, so wins help. And then 4 gates, because combo with the 1-0, and yeah, it's a gate. So moving on to how I play the deck. So at level 0, basically if your opponent hasn't died of laughter yet, you basically use your vanilla and 3-5 beater, and hopefully have your back row set up something like this, because this is basically what it's going to be the entire game. Yeah, with a combination of these, this can get to like 4-5, this can get to like 5k, but level 0 is pretty simple. It's just trying to get over your opponent's characters. And come level 1, like I said, depending on what your hand looks like, you can either do this and have this in level zone, and play the gate combo, which is pretty decent. It's a plussing combo. Or if you don't have those 1-0s, or you're just trying to get the change off, like I said, you can do this, beginning of Encore, pay 1, change it into it. So right now it's like 9k. If you have the backup, it's 10-5, which can kind of be hard for your opponent to get over. There's also this card to help get your characters over your opponent. If you need to search for a specific card to clock so you can level with it, or just to get more of these 1-0s, you can play this searcher. Like I said, there's also this 1-0 to help fix your level. Say you got the change off 1 turn and you're still at level 1, you need the red 1-0, you play this, you can change it, and then your 1-0s get a buff. And then level 2, you can either play these from hand, or if you have one left over miraculously from level 1, then yeah, basically the deck is pretty simple. It's just beat over your opponent and use the climax combo. I guess you can do the change if you're really lucky and your opponent doesn't kill her on their turn. I will say though that if you're planning on using the change, that you should probably pay for this ability, just so she's not 8-5 versus a blue or yellow character, or 10k, or 9k. But yeah, even if you do use it on your opponent's turn, it's 10-5. And yeah, I normally don't do the change from 2 to 3 just because it's really not worth it. The 1 to 2 is not that bad because a 9k at level 1's pretty okay. But yeah, the 2 to 3 is just not really that good. And then level 3, pay for the ability again to make them all of the colors. And then hopefully you can kill whatever's on their field with your mediocre power range. When she reverses, it goes to top deck. So she's a pseudo finisher, but yeah, keep in mind she is still like 10-5 at best, or 11k. And if you want to rest, it can be 12k, which is okay, I guess, if you hit level 3 first. But yeah, that's basically the deck. It's definitely shows its age. There's not much to do with it. Basically, if you're playing this deck, you probably just like the show or Canaan as a character, which I do. So it's not all bad. But yeah, basically comeback campaign win. So yeah, that's the deck. There's not much to it. There's, like I said, it's only 27 cards. So there's not much else variation. I do see some people using the 2-1 Canaan combo that combos with the win. You can totally do that if you don't want to do the whole change thing. Yeah, red doesn't have much to offer as well. There is a funny level 0 in red that if you're level 3, it becomes a level anything reverser, basically. So yeah, that's pretty cool. But yep, that's the deck, guys, and until next time.